Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Dual Destiny. Today, hopefully we don't suck so hard and present this episode, this is great, off to a good start, this video.
Take that.
And how does this evidence present a contradiction? The problem is this part here. Beep. Boom. Another remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbucks' tank as he carries Mr. Terran. It appears to say 50. Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining. The oxygen tank increased? I see Your Honor finds it strange as I do. It's bad enough that there's a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical. Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
Silence.
I too find it odd that the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were increased. But what does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that the defendant is carrying it's the defendant carrying the victim's corpse.
Objection.
I'm gonna bet you don't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules. Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase. Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it.
Silence.
In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of the mysteriously increasing oxygen? You better not disappoint, or I'll declare the inconsistency a mere equipment malfunction. Irk. Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, if you cannot provide an adequate counter-argument to this point, I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. So, do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level is increased? Of course I can. Yeah, totally. The thing to do at a time like this is lie. Mr. Starbucks has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried clay. So this man with 50% in his tanks ought to be Mr. Starbucks. But if anything, the display on his oxygen tank should have shown 80%. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be not asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had to have happened to make it look like it increased. Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here? Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting. Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer. This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased. The victim was carrying the defendant. The tank was damaged. The victim was carrying the defendant. What if it was the other way around? The other way around? Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice? As you see here, both men had their helmets on in this footage, and there's no knife, right? But it turns out this is where our base assumption went astray. We assumed that it was Mr. Starbucks helping Mr. Terran, but it was the other way around. It wasn't Mr. Starbucks helping Mr. Terran at all. It was Mr. Terran who was helping Mr. Starbucks to the boarding lounge. I was what? Order! Order! Mr. Justice! You mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Terran? It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%, but his tank was destroyed, right? Or was it just... yeah, okay. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%. I thought it ruptured. Oh, that's right. There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing. Did they not say it ruptured from the fall, though? This means Mr. Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge.
Silence.
How short is your memory? How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? Even if the victim was alive at this point in time. How did he descend the ladder with his arms full?
Objection.
Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt me with your broken blade. Excuse me? My blade's not broken, you bitch! Take that back! It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. But we have proven that Mr. Terran was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. The fact alone shatters your claims, and opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party. Gah! There were two people who claimed to be the first on the scene, but can we truly trust their statements? Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arms and Yuri Cosmos. You think one of them might have given a false statement to the police? Yeah, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little bit more digging. It seems we have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene. Score! Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand? Oh shit. I have an announcement, everyone. What is the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here. Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode. Explode! A bomb? Now? Everyone run! Women and children first! As he crumples over them, push them to the side, just stomping them as he leaves. Eek, I don't want to die! Oh no! Everyone's panicking! Is it a disco? Silence. Are they still around? Headless chickens with a death wish. The lot of you, calm yourselves before all else. Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here. What about Mr. Starbuck's dreams? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow the truth up to forever. I refuse to let things end here. Apollo, there's no time to be dramatic. If don't get out of here, we're gonna die. Come on, this way. Hey, ouch. Let me go. Here comes the boom. Ready or not. Woods. Apollo! Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet? Eek! Juniper, are you alright? Apollo, no, not that way! Ah! You know, I thought this was gonna go a little bit longer before the bomb went off. I'm assuming we're going into the future then. To be continued. Damn, I should have just kept on trudging through yesterday, apparently. Sure. Let's go ahead and save there. Whoa. Sure. No, I just end the episode there. It's a 7-minute long. It's like fucking old school YouTube Let's Plays. It's like, yeah, it's been 7-8 minutes. I'm almost at the limit of 10, so I'll call it here. In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed Courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was figured as the courtroom bomber. Probably should have kept those closer together. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. And how many times can someone be fucking accused of murder and put on trial, like, in that amount of time? Right? This is only a couple months after the school one, yeah? Something like that? We managed to clear Ms. Wood's name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Titanate. Where'd he get the jacket? I thought the jacket was a thing that you said ever since he got that jacket. Oh wait, is it his friend's jacket? Do you have that picture? It might be his friend's jacket. Anyways. Apollo's a tough guy, but this is taking a toll on him. Yeah, poor guy. Being attacked by Titanate like that on top of all of other injuries. I'm wearing shoulder pads now. Apollo is resting in the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I've had some experience with the place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in the hospital of all places. I mean, no one ever does. You must have missed him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Tracy look so down. We won the courtroom case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. Sniffle! Alright, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you! You're the only one who's been crying, Athena. Technicalities! Look, we have work to do. We have to take over! Take over what exactly? Apollo Space Center case, of course. As no verdict has been reached, there's still a chance. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade. Right, Daddy? Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive. Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? Now? We better not be running the whole way. Here she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Druzy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna bake some cookies and fill out my magic panties for you. Druzy seems to be feeling a little better. I wish she'd stop saying shit like that, but I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. Oh, she's back. Don't mind me. Just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag. Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that, too. Alright, you two. Let's be careful out there. So our client is Solomon Starbucks. He's so famous, even I've heard of him. That's right. He's a super famous astronaut who works at the Cosmic Space Station, or Center, whatever. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yeah, that's right. Huh, mentor has a nice ring to it. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbucks. Mr. Wright and I got you covered. You're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, don't I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than at your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My memory's my mistake. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you were mentioning your memory. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes. He's seriously got to stop depressing himself. Oh, it's that easy, Phoenix. Sure, Mr. Starbucks. Besides, the thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we'd shine like a shooting star because we would be burning up for like a second, actually, but then we'd be gone. Like shooting stars, huh? Break the mold? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To burn up in the atmosphere. What? No. Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Yeah, right? Oh yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. To the atmosphere and beyond. Not to infinity and beyond? Yeah, I'm alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes? You know anything about this auction thing? No, sorry. I'm so useless. No, yeah, it's alright. There's no need to get all depressed. Clay always used to cheerfully greet me in the loud voice, and he did vocal exercises every morning, sometimes until he was hoarse, right? Exactly. You could always hear him, even through the wall. Hey, wait a minute. Did you know Clay? No, but like attracts like, as they say. Do they? I mean, yeah, people with similar likes and hobbies will attract each other if they know about it, but Clay carried me out and saved me. But after all that, I stabbed him to be killed with this blade. And the fact that the killer might be me. Yeah, he's got you signed, boss. He was like sighing, and you just hear his zipper noise. You want to see my badge? So, what do you think of this? This is gonna get me convicted. No, this is my attorney badge. I was hoping it would reassure you that we were here to defend you. Evidence just isn't just for the prosecution, it can help us prove a person's innocence too. That's a positive spin on things. I thought that was a common knowledge. Alrighty, case. So you have no memory at all of the incident. Okay, come on, dude. Jesus. I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as the dark nebula. Yeah, it's strange that you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills they said at the trial? Get it all wrong? No, I'm pretty sure, like, you did. You might not have known it, like you were what? Spiked? Drugged? There we go. Something you drank was spiked. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? The so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience. Oh, absolutely! Like, you kidding me? Getting into space and having something go wrong that doesn't instantly kill you and... Yeah, no, that's fucking horrible, right? Like, that'd be like being in a sub or like a submersible going down deep into the ocean and something goes wrong that doesn't instantly kill you. Now you're sitting there in the vast nothingness, just like waiting. That is gotta be horrifying. Like, whatever that sub was that went down to Titanic, the one that imploded, right? They were looking for them for a few days, but like, it's one of those things where I was like, man, you know, they're not gonna find them. That's like finding a needle in a haystack, but in the ocean, right? It's like one of those things like, I hope they did die instantly. And, you know, it's for like, I know some people were like they deserve because they got into like this makeshift bullshit, which, to be fair, I mean, I'm not gonna argue that point. That thing, if the owner lived, he should have been fucking arrested and put away for a while if everything that they said about it was true. But that being said, he was on it and he died with them. The fact that it's kind of a mercy that it imploded and killed them instantly, because it's like, Jesus Christ, spending days down there in the utter dark, waiting to just die, right? Because no one's gonna be able to save you. As much as we would like to think and hope that it was gonna happen, something that far down, there was extremely little chance. Anyways, that was pleasant. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before launch. And launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. Relativity? Okay. I feel like I'm saying it wrong, but I'm saying it right, I think. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know. But the triangulars were found in your system. So do you dye your hair like that, or you dye the sides? You see, that's the thing. I don't know why. I'm done for. You didn't take them, then maybe someone slipped them to you. Exactly. That's what I thought. It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it because I don't use a lock for some reason. Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket. Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say. They even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small, like about the murder weapon, for example. Huh, that knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Like Batman? Yeah, staff who work on machinery have a lot of these are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. Well, that's unfortunate. That's a pretty big blade for a utility knife. And to be able to stab someone through, like, their chest into their heart. I know it's not that deep. I don't know. I mean, you can kill someone with a utility knife for sure. Like one of those sliding ones that go up. Normally not through stabbing, I would imagine. But then again, it might be a different type of knife. The Hat One Miracle. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago. That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During the mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked window. Oh, fuck. How did it not implode? Loose control column? The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought I was goner, but I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer. Huh? What? How? That must have been a fucking really cold freezer you had up there. No wonder they dubbed it the Hat One Miracle. It's a miracle you made it back. Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imagination. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. It really does. The darkness just goes on and on forever, and ever, and ever, without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was gonna come save me. I was all alone. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. Yeah, no, this is what I'm talking about, right? I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking. Experience like that wouldn't make anybody afraid to go up into space. Just the potential of something like that makes me horrified to go into space or deep underwater. Like, I really was so interested in space. I had a bunch of books when I was younger, and the deep ocean as well. I'm still interested in them, obviously. I don't keep up with a lot of the latest stuff. Every once in a while, I'll check like some satellite photos. I know there was a picture of something landed on an asteroid and took some pictures, and it's horrifying, but also really good. I don't think they were recent ones. It's just something that was making the rounds recently. It's one of those things like, wow, that's really interesting. And then you look out into like the nothingness and you're like, oh, that is just legitimate pure blackness. Like, how black could it be? Like, just more black, please. Like, it's good God. But yeah, it's like, it's one of those things like, it's so interested. But, man, you would have to, like, pay me billions of dollars to even contemplate going up there and have some sort of assurance that I'm coming back. Even if it's fake assurance, right? Just like, oh, yeah, clearly if you just push this button, if things go awry, you'll be shot in a capsule back to Earth. Yeah, just lie to me if you're going to do that. But, oh, my God. What if you were in the ocean? I wouldn't be. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be. I don't know why it seems more horrific being shot out of a capsule, like in the bottom of the ocean, to be shot. Well, the bends would destroy everything, right? Like the pressure changing, but still, I don't know. They're both horrifying experiences I don't think you could pay me to actually do. I say billions of dollars, but if some fucker came with like trucks of money and were like, you want to do it? I probably would chicken out. Out of space. Also, they're not going to shoot my fat ass up into space, right? You think I'm going to pass any sort of physicals they have for that? With the experience you had, weren't you dreading the mission? What? No way. Of course not. Even now I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity to escape velocity and spin around weightless. But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Like, were you even tiny bit afraid? Yeah, I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fears, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. Alright, the victim, Clay Taryn, he was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that, but Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and the protege. I don't know why I want to say porridge there, but what a combination they must have had. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. He was mainly going to do all the work, but now he's dead. They must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine," I always get the feeling everything was really going to be fine. You're fine. Well, Apollo says I'm fine, and you're fine all the time, too. It's really annoying. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it. Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. They used to come visit the Space Center a lot, even ever since they were high school kids. 1 second. 33. Yeah, okay, I guess, yeah. And one day, out of the blue, Clay even told me he wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much they were like part of the staff. One time during zero-G training, I started to panic a bit, and the two of them took turns shouting "You're fine" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder? Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down the ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But that prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through the barred windows. I mean, it sucks, I would imagine. You're fine, Solomon Soul Starbuck is fine. Everything is gonna be alright. Huh? And Athena Cykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too. Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine. I can't hear you! Phoenix Wright is fine. We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbucks. Believe in your own innocence. And have faith in us. Because if you're going around acting like you did it, they're gonna fucking convict you. Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it back into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. That sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine. Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get ourselves investigating the Space Center pronto. Good idea. Let's go. Alright, let's see. I already presented everything to you, so let's leave to the Wright Anything Agency. Why? Because I want to talk to Trucy. Hi, Trucy. You weren't, you went to visit Apollo in the hospital, right? How was he? He seemed to be doing well. He was doing his course of SEAL training in this room. I guess he's pretty gung-ho to get back to work. Was he shouting stuff like, "Objection," and "I'm fine"? No, he was yelling. He was, "Thank you for coming to visit me, and thank you, doctor, for taking care of me." And stuff like that. I guess those voice workouts can be pretty flexible. Any ideas? There's nothing in this head. Notice anything, Trucy? What do you mean, Daddy? Is your attorney badge somehow different? Did you bend it out of shape or something? It's not that easy to bend something so small out of shape, you know. Then did you change your hairstyle? Or maybe it's your suit. I don't know. You look like you always do to me, Daddy. That really wasn't what I was asking. You want to see a bloody knife? Daddy, you should be careful about showing evidence to a magician. That's true. He can make anything disappear. Well, anything up to a yard or in diameter anyways. My magic panties are an extra-dimensional space. Guess only a space probe can help us figure out how they work then. Badge? I guess presenting your attorney badge is like your quick trick, right, Daddy? So this is a trick to you, huh? Well, you're one of the talents in our Wright Anything Agency, after all. But I have to say, an attorney badge won't get many laughs. I don't care if I don't get laughs, as long as I clear my client's name. Haha, that's a good one, Daddy! I'm no match for you, though, Choosy. Alright, so I'm assuming you're gonna have nothing. I already showed you the knife, so I don't even know why I'm bothering again. But you never know. You could, out of nowhere, just be like, here you go. I got stuff for you. But probably not. Alright, time to leave, Choosy. I mean, you're not coming with us, which is a shame. Let's go take a picture. Wow, I was wondering what kind of place this space center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future. Yeah, did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa, look, whatever it is, shines. Look, how would you Gyaxa? I was like NASA, but like Gyaxa. Sure. Mate, I don't fucking know. Look, it shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really did dig the stars and rocket motif it got going. Huh, isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program? Yeah, but why would why the strange acronym? I mean, what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy? If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated it to GACA or Gaia. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name is just an idiot. Or likes the letter Y. This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu. Anyway. Oh, that was part of a different case, wasn't it? This place is more than just the research facility. It's like it's also a tourist attraction. Tourist attraction. Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race. Galactic scooter, full speed ahead. A Segway? My God. We're seeing those all over the fucking place these days. Yikes. Who's the geezer that, and what's he supposed to, what does he want? Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science. Pardon me, but you are... My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos. Boss, that is pretty groan-inducing. Yeah, this person is the Space Center's director, and that means... Ah, so you're the one that first discovered Clay's body, weren't you? Yeah, we just saw this yesterday. That is correct. I was honored to be the first man in all of space and time to discover the body. But there's talk of the incident. You are by any chance the space police? Can't tack the word space onto just old anything, you know. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way. Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard of you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead and have at it. I can't really tell I can already tell he's gonna be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. Let's just be professional and ask him about what he found, about when he found the body. Yuri? Cosmos? So as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically? Defend peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country. No matter what obstacle stands in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind. I believe the word specifically is in my... I believe I used the word specifically in my question. Attention all personnel. To your break stations. Prepared for break. Oh, I get it. You're just wandering around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
That is exactly right. Because I am a man of great importance. My manner is important.
Oh, because I'm an important man, my manner is important, yeah. Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. No, there's bound to be some people like that, and here's the boundless of space. Boundlessness. What's that? You want to know what it is like to that makes me important, specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I am the central figure of the Hat 1 project. You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now, go ahead, have at it. I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it specifically. About the bombing. Can you tell us what you know about the incident from the other day? I refuse. What? Explaining is a job for common folk, not the director of the Center of Cosmos. My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom. What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow? That is correct. I will be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. Hat 1. That one was the rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back to Earth. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant folks like you. Very well. I will impart you with a complete story of the Hat 1 project. Oh, thank you very much. Hat 1's a noble mission to collect samples from an asteroid, and Mr. Starbucks was a pilot for the flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely back to Earth. The struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred. Oh, that was Phoenix, wasn't it? Oh, it was Athena, never mind. That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right? Correct. It truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination. It obtained a few samples from the asteroid. It returned to Earth a few days ago. So what kind of samples are they? What's in them? Their samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we had no time to inspect these samples due to everything that has occurred. But this puts our space development program ahead of all other countries by 7 years. That's quite impressive. Guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all. In the golden age of space development, our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. And the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. That is the greatest achievement, yeah, sure. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential. The moon rock, huh? You use that to evolve, like, Nido kings, or Nido rhinos into Nido kings, right? Oh, and kill fairies and jigglypuffs. I remember that being big. Our endeavors with the moon rock live on in our work with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hope and dreams for the future upon mankind once again. That is my mission, as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos. I hear there's a lot of research in the moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They said the results could potentially have a huge impact on the civilization. It's like we're in the new space race with every other country out there. What? Brush your tongue. It's not for anything so base as money or politics. Yes, it is. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like that for some people, but a lot of the people are like, I'm going to invest money in this to make more money, and all for my illustrious mission. With the recent budget cuts, my staff tell me finances are tough, but I won't hear it. Huh. Yes, even a space program has to watch its budget. Yeah. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable. What the fuck was that? It just fell. Oh, it was my Pro controller. Venus is licking her ass next to it. I guess it knocked it off. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena.
Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better rush up for the case.
Is that so? Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm a very busy and a very important man. Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine! Max battle speed, engage! Just crashes into like a mother and pushing her baby stroller. That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we better get going too.
You bet! Let's make it so!
I should have presented shit to him. What to do?
Athena Cykes is fine!
Huh? What was that all about?
I thought I'd better get fired up twice as much to make up for Apollo being gone. For starters, I thought I'd imitate him.
So you were gonna do voice workouts?
Yep! You have to push your voice up from the pit of your stomach. Hold it! That's a contradiction in the witness's statement.
Oh, you're really serious about this?
Objection! You're lying! Yeah, the true culprit is the judge!
What? And who's gonna hand down the verdict?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
That would be a twist. That would be fucking a huge twist. So, what do you think that we should do next?
Oh, that's right. We're on a case.
What is it, Athena?
I just remembered I forgot to go running today. I was so taken up with what happened to Apollo, it slipped my mind.
That wasn't what I was asking. Alright, well, you know what? That is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time when we go to the boarding lounge. Boarding lounge. Yes, not lodge. Whatever. Bye.